What is up? This is Dragon Slayer, and I am streaming live on Twitch. Welcome to our daily grind. And we are playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Still at the beginning, this is Haven, this is the Breach in the Sky, and this is my Inquisitor, my Inky, right? So here we go. Now, the banner I have up at the beginning of the show is for my other show, Prime Time. I am Weber Prime, and Prime Time is 8 p.m. Eastern Thursday nights, and my bro and I play some Stardew Valley, some Stardew Diddley. Let me tell you something. Stardew Valley is a flipping inspiration, bro. It's amazing what one indie developer can do and how much can be sold on Steam, right? But back to this. Man, my Inquisitor is ugly, bro. Why are you so ugly, bro? I mean, pretty good chin, right? Now, I'll be honest, whenever I see other people's Inquisitors, I'm like, what the hell is that? I almost feel like there should be an iconic Inquisitor. Just my thought. I like having Hawk. It's pretty good.
Does it trouble?
I like Geralt. I like Link. Whatever. I like Samus. Does it trouble you? Let's see. How am I playing this character again? I think we'll just go for somewhat neutral responses. Or aggressive, why not?
We have
Be
need of it yet.
aggressive.
So you've mentioned.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power.
It's never gonna
The same
succeed.
level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Right. Then again, typically I think of when we have question when we have answer wheels like this. Answer wheel. Can I say that? Okay. So if we consider this an answer wheel, this particular style of answer wheel, when there's just three answers and they're set up, you know, you have the northeast direction, east direction, and southeast direction. Typically, this is kind of like the positive response, the I'm a good guy in a video game response, right? And this is kind of the deflecting or making jokes response, and this is kind of the a-hole response a lot of times. But not really. I mean, sometimes this is just the quick response where I don't need any extra details, so let's just get to the point, right?
What harm could there be in powering up something we barely understand?
Hold on to that sense of humor.
So there we go. The neutral response this time was a joke, right?
May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Such as they are. We lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
You're even taller than I'd heard.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
That's an impressive bunch of titles.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately,
Alright,
neither
so
group
probably gonna
is
go
satisfied.
Templars this playthrough.
The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a Qunari, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing.
I'm a
I
hero.
have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste,
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading,
which we have not.
the point is everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
I don't know. What I really like about this game is all the redheads. Right, so... I like it.
I don't mind it at all.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign. And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
So if I wasn't with the Inquisition,
Well, let's be honest, they would have censored us no matter what.
And you not being here isn't an option.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Mother Giselle. Right. Go find her.
why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
Again,
I
we are
understand she's a reasonable thought. Perhaps she does not agree with
we
her sister.
we are at the beginning
You'll
of the
find
game.
Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Fortunately, there are plenty of agents in the hinterlands. So let's... Why not? Should probably go, but... Honestly, I would like to do at least one other thing before heading out.
As Cassandra's...
Get him. Scout Harding. Lace Harding, one of my favorites. Did you ever play through this game without flirting with Scout Harding? I don't know, man. I don't know. Right. So, little cutscene there. Now, if I don't go now, will it make me watch that cutscene again? Actually, like to go to the crafting table, but yeah, screw it. Let's see what happens. Loading, loading. Maybe. Loading at the speed of Weber Prime here.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. They might not know much about the Qunari, but you'll get no backtalk from anyone here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here. And people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
I'd like to say the voice acting is definitely one of the strengths in this game. For certainly, the first one, Dragon Age Origins, it was as well. A lot of the banter back and forth between the characters in that game was just classic. Especially Morgan and Alistair in the beginning of the game, just killing each other with banter. It's just great. It's tremendous. Definitely one of the draws of that game. And they have great dialogue in this game. Although, honestly, the banter isn't quite as good. But everything else is way better, honestly. And they clearly put
Mother Giselle cannot be far.
they clearly put a lot of time into writing and getting the voice acting up to par. It's really well done. Right. So probably gonna die here, but let's see what happens.
Inquisition forces. They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
Hold. We are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker.
Alright, let's go ahead and attack this wizard over here. Just focus him down. Again, I open up this radial and go to attack my target. I don't know if you have to have the actual focus on the target or not. It seems like if you just have the automatic targeting on him, he'll switch over. So yeah, you don't have to manually target it. But sometimes it helps.
Be ready. More coming our way.
Right, let's just make sure everyone's attacking the same target. Owie. Got a loose archer out here firing on me. Apparently switch targets. Good. Good. Come on, souls, give her some shields, bro. Honestly, what we need to do. Let's take out this archer. Why can't I focus the stupid archer? Oh, because it's my archer. Like, why can't I take out this archer, bro? Because it's not a bad guy.
That's the end of it.
Alright. Generally, it's pretty easy to tell who the good guys and bad guys are, though. If you're not stupid like me. Alright, so here we go. We've defeated these guys. Now, again, I am playing on Nightmare difficulty, but Nightmare difficulty is not really that difficult unless you have, like, friendly fire on and various trials enabled. Then it gets kind of challenging, but...
Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother.
Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle,
I am.
Right, got some dialogue
This is
incoming.
what they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
Mother Giselle's awesome.
what you said to that soldier,
We do not teach that magic is evil. We teach that pride is evil, and does not corrupt only mages. But I did not ask you to come simply to debate with me.
then why am I here?
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
Yes.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared.
But what if I
They have
am?
heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
Well, I do have dragon horns, so...
That won't just make it worse.
Because you are Kunari?
Some people find me frightening.
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. Their power is their unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
Right.
It's good of you to do this.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us.
Haven't been able to build an Inquisition that destroys us yet, but...
Of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Generally, the good guys pull through in this game. So that's just kind of the way it is. Right.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
I mean, how does one do a bad guy playthrough in this game? Again, even when we were faced with a set of dialogue options that are kind of like, you know, good guy, neutral deflecting, bad guy, but not really. I mean, even the bad guy answers really aren't bad guy answers, right? It's not like in Skyrim where we're going around assassinating people and robbing people and all that. Of course, we do a lot of killing and looting, but there's apparently no laws against it like in Skyrim, right? So it's set up a little different, I guess. But as a result, I'm not really sure how to do a bad guy playthrough in this game. And what choices do you have to make to be considered the bad guy or the good guy? It's really hard to tell. Which in the end is probably a good thing.
Going to be a long, hungry night.
Now, I suppose if you didn't help these people out, then that would probably be being the bad guy. But then you wouldn't get all that XP, bro.
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills. Good eating, cooks easy, and no lords around to kill you for poaching. Too dangerous to go hunting now. More likely to find mages than luck.
Okay, so kind of a standard fetch quest, right? But it's also helping to tell the story in that we're trying to save the villagers in the hinterlands, right? And that'll help us accomplish our damn
Stay
goal
alert.
of
The chaos has made this
closing
part
the
of Farazan
breach.
more dangerous than ever before.
You know there was a blight here, right?
All right.
In
yes.
fact, these people were screwed
Except during
because
the
of the
Blight.
breach, right? So again, it's at least interconnected story-wise. Now, in terms of actually completing the quest, let's go grab some others. Let's see, the other quest I need.
It's just what I heard.
Someone, anyone, please help my wife.
Don't want to forget this guy.
Someone, anyone, please help my wife.
What's wrong with your wife?
She gets sick when the weather's foul. Can't catch her breath like cobwebs in her lungs. Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets her breathe. He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please, get to him and tell him what's wrong. Without that potion, she'll die.
Right. Again, the quests are kind of standard fare for RPGs. These are just kind of the side quests, right?
I'll keep an eye out. Thank you. Yes, sir.
What do you mean?
More cold weather coming.
Recruit Whittle.
Where are their coats?
What up, Whittle?
What do you need to keep these refugees warm?
Blankets, warm clothes, all of it. These poor sods lost everything when the mages and the Templars went crazy. If we were in a village, I could just pinch a blanket off a clothesline and be fine. Out here, I'm sure the apostates have plenty of supplies, just haven't been able to find them.
Farewell.
And to you.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Right, so there's basically 3 quests that you need to knock out to save the crossroads, and there's a couple other quests involved too, but 3 of them in order to get Mother to Giselle to say you've saved the people in the hinterlands, or right, you've helped the people in the hinterlands.
Look at this. The apostates have gone mad with power.
I see just as many Templars.
Uh-oh. Well, that was quick. Alright, let's get him up. Uh-oh, our tank's down. That's not good. Let's just run away. Why don't I have stealth on this guy? I've got stealth on this guy, don't I? Run away. Disengage.
The Herald's down!
I don't want to die.
Hopefully the Inquisition can find some way to help these people.
Maker's breath. If I were back in the city, I could just steal some blankets.
Right, so, yes, already talked to that guy. I think. Oh, maybe I didn't get the quest yet because I haven't talked to Corporal Vale. Who knows? Right, so all my guys died because, well, frankly, I'm playing on Nightmare, and I've done 0 crafting. And I did not do a very good job in that last fight of setting up tactics, just kind of walked into it. And if you do that, if you do all those things, you're not going to have a very good time on Nightmare. Nightmare becomes pretty difficult when you do those things.
Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
Okay, let's hear
Tell me
about
the man
Dennett.
who's supposed to be getting horses for the Inquisition.
Horsemaster Dennett. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella. We haven't heard from him. Best we can tell, he's holed up until the Mages and Templars are done killing each other.
You were concerned about refugees starving.
Yes. Many of them brought food, but they expected to be home by now, or safe in a city. There's a hunter up the hill who has some ideas.
Yeah, I talked to that guy. Did I get the quest though? I don't know.
Is there anything we can do to
Now I don't. Now I gotta double check. I'll take a look at my journal.
I asked the Inquisition to send blankets.
There we
I
go.
think I was asking for a wagon of raw lyrium. A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can bring in last.
Talk to
If
Whittle.
you have any ideas, talk to him across the road.
And then, of course, the third quest.
What other problems do these refugees face?
We've got some injuries that go beyond stitches and elf fruit. I know healers are in short supply. But if you can find someone in Redcliffe to help us,
It would save a lot of lives.
Again, we're at the beginning of the game, so cannot access Redcliffe just yet.
Farewell.
And you as well.
Alright, so let's take a look at the journal. Okay, so now in order to... This is the main quest. The threat remains under the Inquisitor's path. And we need 4 power is required. 4 power required to open up the next main quest. Right. So, we have Hinterland's quests. So we already have the quests. It just, for whatever reason, find 5 apostate caches and 10 ram meat. Alright, good. Do not need to talk to them again. Perfect. So, easy way to get your health back without using potion, and to get your potions back. Okay, so in terms of leveling, generally the first thing I do when I level is I save. And then I go into the character record and we go ahead, let's see, this guy. We'll just go ahead and do the next thing for this. Now, I'll probably go with explosive shot and poison, which is pretty nice, but end up using primarily full draw, I imagine. But for now, I'll probably chase this. It's not bad. Okay. And then I'll also get some more poison and get some more stealth. Why not? Threat reduction, that might help. Oops. Yeah, let's go ahead and apply that. Okay, so as far as the other characters, I'm not going to bother doing individual builds for them because I think their auto builds are just fine, even for Nightmare. So let's just go ahead and auto level. And he goes lightning or electricity. And of course she goes tank. Cassandra goes tank. She goes this and this, and then Templar. Okay. And this guy, I usually help him out by giving him some poison, because poison's really nice. Just my thought. We'll go ahead and just add that in for him and then let him do his own. And he went ahead and got stealth. Good! Needed that too. So there we go. Now we're set up. Get another save, because I didn't screw anything up. At least not by my standards, I suppose. Well, let's just go take a look at gain some of that ram meat. Probably easier to do it here than at Haven. There are rams to kill at Haven, but
Die!
ram meat, 1 of 10. So, in a lot of ways, this game feels similar to MMORPGs. like this quest, right? It's got kind of a...
Apostates!
Oh, better kill these guys.
The apostates have fled to the hills.
Again, we are on legendary here, I believe. Or not legendary, but nightmare. Sorry. Mixing my names of difficulties. Legendary, nightmare, death march. Probably played them all. Right. Okay, we received a letter telling us about the apostate's base of operations, I guess. Right, sometimes you guys just continue chasing, and if you don't want them to, you can always tell them to disengage, which will take you out of combat. Right, so this is actually a nice quest to knock out, A, because it's helping the people of the hinterlands, but also because you're gathering leathers, which will help you for crafting your gear later. And again, once you start crafting gear, legendary becomes way easier, right? And so I imagine if you want a real challenge, the really real challenge, don't craft any gear. There you go. Don't craft any gear. Set friendly fire to on, and do a bunch of other, turn all those trials on. That'd be challenging. That's what you need. Not what we're going through in this playthrough. Just going to play Nightmare and do some crafting as well, and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so I have gotten some leathers. Let's just head back. Maybe I've got enough to do some crafting. I'd like to at least get a new bow. Holy crap. Should be one-shotting those goats. Back at Haven. And again, last time we synchronized our collectibles. This is the Golden Nug. So once you beat the game and start a new game, this is basically New Game Plus, right? Allows you to have things from your previous playthroughs. And by things, I mean recipes. And right in this box here, and they give us a crappy schematic that I probably already have. And plenty of leather. Right. And some metal, which is what we need. Let's give it a save. Maybe clear out the inventory, do some inventory management. Just sell all the grays. Probably end up selling the blues as well, but for right now, I won't. Never use those. Just sell it. Alright. So inventory management's kind of a thing at the beginning of the game, but not really. It's like some things you want to keep and you don't have a chest to store your excess loot, but for the most part, it's unneeded. Don't need it. Just sell everything, it's fine. Alright, let's, again, want to start with the weapon first. I believe there's a quest here.
Expected you be by. I'm Harrington, and everyone knows who you are.
Blah,
How's
blah,
the
blah.
new gear fit?
It doesn't really matter in the long run.
Of course it does. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
I believe that unlocks quests here where you can make some things. I think. Let's see.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap
Yeah,
a new
we
hilt
already
on your
heard
sword
this.
in the
Blah,
field.
blah, blah. So
Bring
let's
it
go
here,
ahead
we'll
and
make sure
goodbye.
it's done right and proper.
Goodbye.
Right.
Modify some armor, piece by piece. Okay. So, this is a Haven quest. And these are the quests that get you, it's like intro quests for the area. But we're not doing armor currently. I just want to make a weapon. So let's take a look at the weapons we have. I do not have enough for my favorite weapon. Let's see. Need more leather. Well, we could do that. That shouldn't be hard to solve. Let's just go ahead and take a look at our inventory. Got 16 Druffalo hide. 19 nug skin. I bet I know where I can get some nug skin. Got him! Might need a little extra. Alright, so when you're an archer, sometimes the loot spawns at your position where you're firing from, and sometimes it spawns at the spot where the creature died. So, it doesn't really seem consistent. I'm not sure what the logic is there. That time it spawned at the creature, at the nug. Alright. Anyways, should have enough nug skins to craft this bow. Now the bow I'm using currently actually isn't that bad. I mean, it's got an enchantment on it for fire damage. Right? Pretty solid. Bow of the Dragon. +5 fire damage. Okay, it's not great, but certainly better than a gray item, nonetheless.
Do you think you can have it done?
Let's go ahead and get a save.
Midweek?
It's actually a pretty cool looking bow, but blah, blah, blah. Okay, some nuggy skin. Druffalo hide, I guess is fine. The critical damage bonus isn't doing crap for me, but I mean it could, but I don't think I have any crit, so whatever. Attack's nice. Really, I only have choice between attack and stagger. Stagger's nice, kind of support thing, but I mean, attack affects every part of your damage. Anything that does damage, attack affects and modifies. So having more attack is always a good thing. And looks good to me, right? We'll call this one the Easy Bow. We'll call it easy because it's a tier 1. It's tier 1 materials, right? Except, right.
That when Thren needs it.
Quartermaster Thren understands that your work can't be rushed, Master.
So, let's take a look at that. Yeah, a little bit of an upgrade. 139 compared to 62. Again, this is where Legendary starts to get easy.
Fine, fine. Midweek. Tell Thren.
But I would say if you're playing with a bunch of trials enabled, that you probably should do all your crafting, because it's going to be really painful if you don't. But even just putting on friendly fire can really change how difficult this game can be. Alright, well, I suppose now that I've got my happy weapon, I should probably go kill some more rams, right? And there are rams over here. Forward from the position where I'm at right now, or where I'm looking, there's some rams over there, as well as some druffalos. We're going to leave them alone for now. And we'll come back out here to the hinterlands. Put some work in. Loading. Loading. You can do it! Alright, here we go. Have not picked up the requisition quest.
Dispatch for you.
These are really just like... they'd be similar to daily quests in an MMO. They're just kind of generic quests.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
They don't really do anything except increase your power level, which is okay. It's good because your power level indicates how quickly you can progress through the main quests, right? Or affects how quickly you could go through that. That's right. Probably did hurt, but now it's dead. Ram meat. Okay, so we've got 5 of 10 on the ram meat. Oh, look, some mages. Now, I would just like to point out that those mages that I just easily took down, of course, when we have, say, even ground and walk softly on, some of those mages...
Fighting between the mages and the Templars has cost too many innocent lives.
Some of those mages become pretty much invincible with their shields on. It's nearly impossible to take their shields down unless you have enough firepower to do just that. Or, of course, you can, if you have a Templar in the group or a mage with the spell, you can take down their shields that way. But at the beginning of the game, with those trials enabled on Nightmare, if you don't have some heavy weapons, you will want to craft yourself some weapons to take them down. But again, don't have those trials enabled, just playing on Nightmare, and those mages got owned. So, there it is.
What is that?
It's an astrarium. Well, these things are, again, just kind of extra filler types of things. And pretty easy to knock out the simple ones. First time go.
Strange.
Where does this lead?
Got anything to say about that? They're soulless. Should punch him. Alright, so read that. Speaking of astrariums, here we go. If you need to know about that, the game lets you know about that. Now, in terms of the variety of zones in this game, this is probably one of the most complete and polished zones, and probably the one that most players are familiar with. More mages. Got him. Some Drake Stone. Save often. RPG rule number 1. Save often. So, 8 of 8 potions. Everyone's at full health. Again, having that crafted weapon makes things... Just having the weapon makes things easier. Seriously, guy? This guy's a horrible shot. Right, ram meat. Got 7 of 10 on the ram meat. So there, the loot appeared under me instead of at the kill. But again, it seems to be inconsistent. Right, so one way to get your power required for the next main quest is to seal these little breaches, right? Did I get a save? Oh, I remember this one. This is pain, because these guys are ranged and they're all kind of in hard to place or hard to get to places. So if they start firing at you, just hit some stealth and that should get them off you. Okay, so again, just like the first fight, you can go up to the rift and disrupt it. just like the fight we had with the Pride Demon at the intro, or at the end of the intro. You can disrupt the rift, weaken these guys. And once you get that done, so again, closing the rift help you to build influence, experience points, and power. Power +1. There it is. So then we leveled up. Let's get a save. Character record. This guy will go ahead and add some damage or some length. Extend the duration of the poison. Fine with that. What I really like is the explosive toxin passive. It's pretty sweet. It's my personal opinion, but I really like it. Alright. Couple rams there.
I do not believe these are simply bandits. Their armor and training suggest something deeper.
Alright, grab some more ram meat, 9 of 10. Okay, these guys have junk on. Oops, no, not character record. Armor, that's what I want. Alright, let's see. This guy can wear the sexy armor. There we go. She can wear the other sexy armor. There it is. And this guy... Let's see. Alright, Fat Kid armor for Varric. And yeah, they should be good to go. Die a little less, and I still need to level them. So let's, in fact, go back to the character record. And just auto level up here. I have faith. It's auto leveling. It's fine. It'll work. Maybe. And my last ram meat. Boom. Perfect. Let's see. Alright, well. Another way to increase our power, of course, is to hit up these camps. And of course the camps allow us to fast travel around the map. Also like that. In a lot of ways this game reminds me of the Elder Scrolls Online in terms of the single player campaign. Zones are very similar, or very similarly set up. Each zone kind of has its own story.
So set up camp or keep moving?
It's not necessarily related to the main quest. Or it's related to the main quest, but isn't part of the main quest. right? So there's a zone
It seems
quest.
the Ferelden army has chosen to stay clear, for now.
And there's a set of, mini quests as well for each zone. You have things that you can find in each zone. But yeah, we'll get to that. Let's just keep moving here. Since we've got the fast travel there. Ooh, quests! We can come back here and turn in this quest. Right, 2 of 4 power required. Talk to the hunter over here.
I could feed half this.
Get save.
The hills weren't full of demons.
Here, maybe this will help.
It more than helps. With this, I can fill these hungry bellies. Give these folks some hope. I didn't think much of the Inquisition. But no one else is helping like you lot. Maybe I was wrong.
There it is. So 3 of 4 power now. Let's see. Now increasing your power is fairly straightforward again. There's plenty of ways to do it, and a lot of it is just exploration and killing things.
This would make a good place to camp.
Thank you, Solus. World travel. Yep, know all about it. Here we have a map. Again, the maps are kind of similar to what you might find in the Elder Scrolls Online. These games did come out in the same year, although this game came out a bit later. I wonder if there was some cross-hiring between these two games. Very similar ideas expressed. In fact, it almost seems like this game was destined to become an MMORPG, but at some point they said, screw it, let's make it a single-player game with some scaled-back multiplayer, right? And in fact, I will not be reviewing the multiplayer in this game. It's not really worth it to me. It's not that fun. But the single-player portion is a lot of fun. And that, after all, is what I bought the game for. Whereas when I'm playing ESO, well, actually, I kind of enjoy the single-player experience in ESO. It's usually not as challenging as this game. Again, in ESO, if you do your crafting, the single-player portions become nominally challenging. Oops. Shouldn't have been talking. Could use some stealth there to get them off me. I wish my tank would get her ass over here and attack. Anyways, get my guy up. drink a potion, and back in the fight. Right, so again, we're just closing up these rifts, gain some points, getting some extra power here. Stop hitting me, you! Could definitely use some threat reduction, I think. Or maybe just take control of my tank, one or the other. Actually enjoy playing tank in this game. They do tank pretty well, but perhaps at the expense of the other classes. A tank is the only class that can block, for instance. So. You have to have a shield in order to block in this game. Now personally, I like the fighting in Witcher 3 a little more. It's a little more entertaining than like constantly be dodging around, and I love the dodge
It must have been some time since the Renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
in Witcher 3. It's tremendous. Makes Death March actually pretty easy. But nonetheless, I'll go back and play through that one again. Or you can check out my previous playthroughs of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on YouTube. So you can check that out. I have a number of Death March playthroughs. We're just going to disengage from this fight because chasing around is stupid. Disengage. Collect up some Blood Lotus, which we can use in... One of our potions uses Blood Lotus. Maybe it's not a potion, maybe it's a grenade. We'll see. Right. Again, it's early in the game. We don't even see Blackwall here yet. Right, this is clearly one of the best sources for Blood Lotus in the game. This little pond area. And now I'm being made to look like a liar. Where's all the Blood Lotus? Where the Blood Lotus at? Well, anyways, farming Blood Lotus is usually more successful here, but this is the spot for it. Actually, this whole area is pretty good for it. Let's just head back to Haven. I think we've got... Did we get enough power? Yes. I think. Maybe. Who knows? Loading. Loading. Oops. Yes, we have enough power. So, let's go ahead, and I wanted to talk to the potion maker. Get my potions squared away. This is not the direction to go in order to get to the potion maker. This is the direction to go to check on the trebs.
Been a while since I built one of these. Prayed to the maker that I'd never have to build another.
I guess the maker paid you as much attention as he pays everyone else.
Don't talk like that, boy. I lived through the siege of Denardon by the Maker's grace. We're doing the Maker's work in the Inquisition. If we get out of a hard fight alive, we'll thank him kindly for it.
Yeah, you. Right, so there's a number of things you can pick up before the final fight of Haven, before the attack on Haven. And these guys always have something.
Light the thing up so it can pivot. No telling which direction it'll be coming from.
Why are you so worried, sir? Getting more soldiers every day.
These guys always have something interesting to say. But no options to actually talk to them. Secret. Yeah, whatever. Not talking to him just yet. Just one more person I want to talk to real quick.
Are we going to have new verses in the Chant of Light now? Herald of
Oops. Alright, got that, I think. Alright, so. The Apothecary. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not. Right, so. With the potions, of course, you can. I've only got 12 elf root. Oh, I'm slacking off. I do have a Dawn Lotus if I need it. Okay, so. Can modify potions. Let's see. Tonics. This one requires Blood Lotus, 23 Blood Lotus, and 1 Dragon Thorn. Tears of the Dead. Blood! Healing Mist is probably one of my faves. Need Spindleweed, Royal Elfroot, and that Dawn Lotus. But that's really nice. You can use the Healing Mist as an AoE heal and revive fallen comrades. Pretty solid like that. But you have to upgrade them to get to that. Jar of Bees is nice as well. Actually, I think it's probably a quest here.
Who's back from the dead? Again, I shouldn't be surprised. You Oxmen are tough as old leather.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
It has been a rough few days.
That's an understatement. And more ahead if the weather is any indication. Name's Zidane. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Right, so yada yada yada. Oh.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Right, so I have not found Tajin's notes yet. Again, surprising, but... Alright.
Farewell.
Mixing potions, quest complete. Great. Right. I don't think I've actually used this one. Let's just throw it on. Why not? Let's see, this Blood Lotus. There it is. Boom. So the other guys, we go with some Healing Mist. Not sure I have enough supplies to actually stock these. 0 spindleweeds. It's alright.
There you go.
Get them set up. And now that we've got some of the busy work out of the way, let's go ahead and knock out the next main quest.
Your kind killed the most holy.
Your kind!
Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Commander!
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its Herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Cullen's become one of my favorite characters. It's been in all the Dragon Ages. Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and of course, Inquisition. And the guy's hair just keeps getting better, bro. I mean, Cullen's hair, 10 of 10. Would recommend. That's pretty good. Cullen's hair is a great indicator of the evolution of Dragon Age. The evolution of Dragon Age coincides, parallels the evolution of Cullen's hair. So, just keep that in mind.
Apothecary Adon will have more poultices for the injured as soon as possible.
Alright, so once we go to
Thank you, Charlie.
Val Royeaux, we can recruit Sarah and Vivian and Blackwall and our Kunari friend, the Iron Dragon, Iron Bull. So I don't need Sarah to unlock the doors for me down here. That is an option. If you did not roll a rogue and you want to open these locked doors, you can enlist Sarah to do it. And I'm curious to, if I don't unlock the rest of these doors, if Sarah will offer to unlock them for me, even though I'm a rogue and can do it myself. Let's see. But we'll find out soon enough.
I've heard rumors of a way to reverse the rite of tranquility.
Yes, I have heard them as well.
Would you wish to have yourself restored?
I do not believe that would be wise. The number of demons present might leave me vulnerable to possession. I might also experience feelings of discomfort over events that occurred while I was in this state. I can survive in this fashion. If I were made whole again, I might not.
It is a terrible bargain we ask you to make.
So yeah, there's a interesting bit on a one of the kind of minor plot points, I guess, is the notion that the tranquility can be reversed. Now, from what I gather, tranquility is just another way to is sort of like the video game equivalent of spaying and neutering mages. It's pretty much what they do. It's just a bit of forced sterilization, right? It's kind of the equivalent. Now, can forced sterilization be reversed? Anyways, interesting bits on the plot point that, yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible to miss that little bit, but it's comes into play later on in the game. Again, early on in the game. So now, not only do we have the hinterlands, we've got a number of other places we can unlock. Oh, and we can knock these out. So, which are the best ones to get? Typically, I start with which ones do I really need? Well, anyways, you're going to need all of these, right? These are kind of, you've got to have history knowledge, nobility knowledge, arcane knowledge, and the underworld knowledge, and each one of these will open up some extra dialogue options, which can help out. It can help you recruiting agents and some other things. So, not a bad plan to go with those first, unless, of course, here, let's just take a look at this. If you happen to be going for the particular achievement, let's see. Alright, so there's an achievement with this particular trial, Take It Slow, and it's you have to get to Skyhold. You have to get to Skyhold with Take It Slow enabled throughout before you reach level 6. You have to get it before or at level 5. So in that case, you would not want to take moving at the speed of Weber here. Hurry up! You would not want to take the Inquisition perks for these underworld knowledge, the arcane knowledge, the nobility knowledge, and the history knowledge. You wouldn't want to take those first. Because
try not to antagonize him.
If I offend the man so easily, perhaps he should try leaving me alone.
Because they give you additional XP, and you want to avoid getting XP if you're going for that achievement. Alright. But otherwise, I would say those Inquisition perks are the way to go at the beginning. Because you want to get those particular dialogue options open as quickly as possible. Just the way I approach it. So let's get a save. And let's head to Val Royeaux. Recommended levels 4 to 7.
We'll post soldiers a safe distance from the temple.
Should be good.
Having the herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
It is a terrible idea.
Serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the herald.
Let's ask him.
You want me to walk into a pit of vipers, and you ask me that?
They're not vipers just because they like to hiss.
I will go with him. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Leliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Right, so there it is. Onwards. Onwards to adventure. Okay, so there's a little bit of dialogue that's easily missable here. At the beginning. And it's just this weird mechanic they have for kind of dialogues that you don't have, they're optional, I guess. And they're sometimes tricky to get them to play.
The city still mourns.
We'll see if we can get it this time. Oh, look at the scary dragon horns looking thing.
All know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lord Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Only one thing to do.
They wish to protect the people from us?
Alright, again, it's kind of hard to tell which one you're supposed to be getting the dialogue from, but here we go.
Protect them from the blasphemous Herald of Andraste, I'd say.
Surely they cannot think such a thing.
Why not? They wouldn't be the only ones.
You think the Order's return to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred.
So the potential for trouble has increased twofold.
Perhaps. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Right. Right, so you can read all of these little signs, and then once you do that, you will get an unlocked codex, perhaps? Yes, codex unlocked, the avenue of her reflective thought. There it is.
Stand wary, guardsman. The Inquisition is here, along with the Herald of Andraste.
Those bastards.
Murdered the Divine.
Let him pass. The Inquisition is the Templars' problem, and they'll fix it.
Sweet. Yeah, let the Templars fix me. Let's see it. Ooh, Vier.
The Templars will stand for us and help Val Royal return to mourning.
No, they won't.
Good people of Val Royal, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet, a wicked Kunari sent to subvert the Maker's world.
I am a wicked Kunari.
You say I am the enemy. The breach in the sky is our true enemy. We must unite to stop it.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
How dare you?
What's the meaning of this?
Her claim to authority is an insult, much like your own.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement, raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet, you should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Sure.
Templars, one of your own commands the Inquisition's forces. Join us as he did.
A staunch and loyal member of the Order. So loyal, he abandoned them for a false herald.
But Lord Seeker, what if he really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
So you don't have to kill the Templars there.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
It doesn't look like we'll be getting the Templars to help us after all.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Right. Gets a happy little save there so we don't have to repeat that.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
We're never gonna fix the hole in the sky.
We're going to give it a try at least.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry's useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
Ask Cassandra. Now, occasionally, if you have the right characters in your party, you'll get options that will that allow you to, call on one of your teammates to help you recruit somebody. In this case, you don't need any help recruiting, but you can still talk to Cassandra and she will say...
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, he is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
It pleases me.
Head to Haven then. We need good people.
So again, in the left-hand corner, it says Agent Acquired. Right?
Thank you.
And that gets us some more power. And that also helps us out with our perks. Right, so a number of Inquisition perks require that you have a certain amount of perks already in that particular line, like the Inquisition line. You have to have a certain amount of perks to get the top perk, right? Well, having agents helps you, adds the number of perks that you have in a particular list. I believe she helps out an ability. She helps out with what's her face? Josephine.
Since our divine was murdered.
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Mysterious arrow. So this is the Friends of Red Jenny. This is how we recruit what's her face? Sarah. Viera has some more things to say.
Take from me a life of sorrow. Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, Maker, where is the comfort? Have you come to scavenge now that the divine lies cold? Whisper your cune against the chant? Leave me. My emptiness will not be borne by you. Maker, show me the light.
Boy, if you're not Qunari, you get some actual options for dialogue there. It's interesting. So
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
So NPCs will have different dialogue options given your race. It's interesting.
You are the Herald of Andraste.
I sure am.
I have an invitation for you.
And here is our opportunity to recruit Vivian, the baddest ass mage in the game. Now my thought is that I'm going to try for getting Vivian Divine in this playthrough. Don't think I've made her Divine yet. Made Cassandra Divine, made Leliana Divine. She has more things to say, but first, I'm going to search. Again, it would be great if I could take this search function off of the left stick button and put it on, say, like the left bumper button. It'd just be a lot better. Considering I have to spam it constantly, this might not be the best button to put it on. Just saying. And there's no options to change that, unfortunately. Could have been better, I think. Could have been done better there. But again, you know, I will be pointing out some things that I think are shortcomings in the design and the development of this game. But I just want to start by saying that this game is extremely fun. It has, the game's extremely fun to play through, and it has very little suck. And so the things I mention as criticisms, although they are no doubt legitimate and valid criticisms, they don't add to the suck, or they do add to the suck, but it's just there's not a lot of suck in the game. So in terms of giving it a number, I would say on a scale of 1 to 5, the fun in this game is about a 5. It's really fun to play. And it has about a 1 for suck on a scale of 5 as well. And so altogether, a total, I would subtract the suck from the fun and give this game a total rating of a 4 out of 5. But it's not really 4 out of 5 since it could be a negative number. So it's really 4 out of 11 since 0, right?
This is bullshit.
4 out of 11. But it's in the top of that. So, yeah, the score could range from -5 to 0 to +5. This is a positive 4. We're giving it a 4. It's a good game. I would highly recommend buying it if you haven't already. And check it out. It's a great game. Great RPG. It's nearly 10 years old, and it's still hella fun to play. So.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
Now that said, I will have some things to say about criticisms and that, but just take it with the knowledge of it's a really great game, and even if it has some bugs, those bugs do not significantly add to the suck. That's what I was going for. They add to the suck, but they don't significantly add to the suck.
If I might have a moment of your time.
Okay, in order to get this to pop, you have to pretend to leave.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion.
Or if you try to teleport out, you'll come to this cutscene
gathering,
as well.
And I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
She's one of the more interesting characters in that she was a Grey Warden, and somehow is not a Grey Warden anymore. The Blight is no longer in her, no longer infecting her. She no longer has her ability, the Warden ability to sense Darkspawn. So that's a little strange, right? But again, a little side bit of lore.
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the
That
conference.
helps tell the story
Yes.
later on.
You were supposed
good.
to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
The mages weren't willing to talk to the Inquisition before. Why now?
Because now I've seen what you are. And I've seen the Chantry for what it is. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lord Herald.
And finally, we have access to Redcliffe. Of course, Redcliffe was the site of wonderful adventures in Dragon Age Origins. Actually, it was kind of a pain in the ass. In fact, it was slightly bugged. I remember one playthrough I was going through, and I think I was playing it on normal for some reason instead of Nightmare, and just getting destroyed and rolled in that quest in, yeah, well, I suppose that I should just go back and play Dragon Age Origins and then talk about that game. Until then, we'll focus on this one.
Must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind, along with their convictions.
Wish I could get a better camera angle
Tell
here.
me one thing. Do you truly believe you are the Maker's chosen?
How about that?
To tell you the truth, I don't know.
That is more comforting than you might imagine. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
You can ask her about blah blah blah. Not sure if there's anything particularly important there. We'll ask
How are
about the people.
responding to all of this?
look to the sky and wonder how long before terror comes for us all. There must be a way through this. Is it you? The Templars? The Maker's Will? We abandoned our duties. We servants of the faith. Now we can only pray.
It's a whole lot of wah.
The Chantry made a big mistake, and now it's paying the price.
Perhaps you are correct. We are only trying to find our way, with little guidance now, but our faith.
That's not enough.
When is it ever enough? That is the nature of faith.
That's right. Right, moving forward. Alright, let's... That is not a fast travel spot. Now let's just jump in front of this door for a while. Some areas have multiple levels. Really? Right, so just fast travel up here and collect our red Jenny handkerchief. Would it be weird if I sniffed the handkerchief? Yes, probably. Alright. Fast travel. We still got one down here in the little cafe. I went over to the cafe. I talked to our Inquisition, our guy in the cafe. Here's our guy in the cafe.
From the advisors.
Here is the red handkerchief. I think that's all of them. Use the world map to travel to the meeting point. Alright. So now we have access to recruiting Sarah, recruiting Vivian. The only one we don't have, we also have Redcliffe, will potentially be open to us now. There's Redcliffe. So, what to do first? Well, let's go ahead and head back to Haven and get our quest from Cremitius.
What do dwarves do when magic gets out of control?
We call the Templars, just like the rest of you.
No creme. Maybe I have to talk to these guys first.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead.
Liliana.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know how to approach the mages and Templars now.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere. But to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
I think the Templars are worth investigating.
I agree. What could the Lord Seeker be up to?
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
So it'll be dangerous. I've been in danger since I walked out of the Fade.
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave,
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
There it is. And
There is one other matter.
Grey Wardens.
Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished.
So this
I
is
sent word to those in Orlais, but they have
this
also
is our
disappeared.
opportunity to recruit
Normally, I
Blackwall.
wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
So you're telling me this because...
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
And there is. But we'll get to that. Now... Still no Crumb. There's Crumb. Just appeared. Just appeared out thin air.
I've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard
Damn
time
Venters and their blood magic. Identify yourself, soldier.
Who are you, soldier?
Comisius Aclassi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenaries.
Crumb!
We mostly work out of Orlais and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
Should be the Dragons Chargers, right? Right, so...
What can your Bulls Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Val Royeaux. We've got references. You lead a company yourself, right? So you know talk is cheap. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
Just outstanding voice acting. So good.
What should I know about your commander?
Iron Bull. He's a Canary like you. He's big, he's got horns and all of it. He leads from the front. He pays well and he's a lot smarter than the last bastard I worked for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
So, what constitutes bad voiceovers in video games? If this is good, what's bad sound like? Well, I would recommend checking out the first Witcher video game. Not great voiceovers. At least the English voiceovers are not great. Perhaps the other voiceovers are better. I don't know. I don't believe English was the original language used for that game. But the voiceovers aren't great. Let's see. Why give us this message?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. Makes you're doing good work.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
We're the best you'll find. Come to the Storm Coast and you can see us in action.
And of course, really like the fact that there's a lot of redheads in this game. Whatever. Anyways, so let's get a save. And it's probably a good time to wrap things up. We've gotten through the next chunk of the main quest, and we're now in a position to recruit all our companions, and we'll pick that up next time on our daily grind live on Twitch. Thank you, Twitch viewers. Appreciate y'all. Dragon Slayer out.